Hey dads and coaches, welcome to Whiteboard Wednesdays. I'm Coach Mac with Authority Football, and today, as you can see, we're not actually on a whiteboard. We're going to be doing a screencast, but I hope you find it as helpful and as clear as if we were on the whiteboard. Now, think about exploiting those uncovered receivers. It's like stealing candy from a baby, which I don't personally condone, but we want to be able to take advantage when there's only 10 men on the field on defense. They leave that wide receiver open. We want to be able to throw that guy the ball. And football is really all about speed, space, angles, and that grass we want to get. It's a real estate game. It's like a game of Monopoly, and we're looking for Park Place. Now, let's talk about how we go after and get it. It's really, really simple. And you can see we've got the guy in red. He's the uncovered receiver. Now, uncovered means there's not a guy respecting him, okay? So there's a couple ways we do that. First off, most defenses are going to do something like that. They're going to walk a guy out. They're going to at least apex their linebacker. And by apex, we mean he's splitting the difference between the receiver and like the tackle or the box, right? But if there's no overhang, there's nobody covering him, then we look at how far off the vertical third level defender is. In this case, it's a safety. And so we do that with a rule we call our column rule. And so if we get an empty 8-yard column. So safety's over the top of it, but he's not in that 8 to 10-yard column. We're going to go ahead and take it. Excuse me. You got to think of some name that overrides the regular play. If the receiver sees it, he calls it to the quarterback. The quarterback always verbally echoes it. So he lets everybody know that needs to know what that is. By the way, we don't even tell our offensive linemen what it is. They don't need to know. Out of respect for the great Peyton Manning, who just retired, let's call the play Omaha. All right. So Omaha and the quarterback will then verbally echo it. Omaha is confirming. Now, if the quarterback sees it and he wants to call it, of course he calls it and gets some sort of visual confirmation from the receiver. He needs to tap his face mask, tap his head, whatever it is. Last thing you want is the quarterback throwing it to a guy who's hauling down the field, and we waste a play there. Now, what does the receiver do? He bursts off one step, turns sideways, and side shuffles down the field. So he makes a real simple, easy target, and that allows him to be moving. It's actually an easier throw with him moving than it is standing still. Sometimes those defensive ends can get right in that throwing lane, and so we want to be able to work upfield and in a little bit to get behind that ear and get out of his throwing lane, or stay flatter to be able to get that ball. And so that's what allows us to be able to do that. Now let's look at the quarterback's steps. Really simple. If these are our quarterback's footwork, that first step is going to be that right foot. He's going to push back low and loaded with the butt over the foot, and then he's going to point that left foot and shift slide to that target and throw a real strong ball. And that is it. We average over 9 yards a carry with a 95% completion on this over the last about 3 or 4 years that we've run this concept. Put it in this week. If you're a quarterback, talk to your coaches about that if you've seen that at all, and take advantage of what those defenses are giving you. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you next week.
Hey, this is Coach Mac. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel.